Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember? So you don't have to. There's two types of people in the world. Those who think Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and the rest we pray for. Sure, it doesn't have the typical Christmas lessons, or atmosphere, or story, or colors, but fuck you, it's Die Hard! Released in 1988, this action masterpiece was actually seen at the time as kind of an oddball risk. Based on a book that was a sequel to another book that was turned into a Frank Sinatra movie. In fact, they were contractually obligated to ask Sinatra if he wanted to star in it. That'd have been interesting. They turned it into a standalone film and cast then comedic TV star Bruce Willis as the lead. Nowadays we know him as a kick-ass icon, but back then this was a bit of a weird choice. But somebody saw something in him and they cast him in the role. And thankfully, the risks paid off. The film was a monster hit, pleasing audiences as well as critics, and giving us one of the greatest action movies of all time. So, in light of the holidays, we're gonna have fun looking over this bullet-filled bloodfest and celebrate it as one of the most non-traditional Christmas movies ever made. At least until it's given its own 24-hour marathon. You know there's no way this can be overplayed! Let's take a look at Die Hard. It opens with Bruce Willis playing the most 80s action hero name ever given.
I'm John McClane.
As he's nervous about being flown to LA.
You want to know the secret to surviving air travel? After you get where you're going, take off your shoes and your socks. Then you walk around on the rug barefoot.
What do I care? You put Mr. Santos in jail. That makes this double a Christmas movie!
Trust me, I've been doing it for 9 years. Better than a shower and a hot cup of coffee.
Dropping acid also helps. He gets picked up by a driver named Argyle.
Argyle, I'm your limo driver.
Glad to see Ray Charles turn that boy's life around.
Now go on, get.
We got everything in this mug, man. Look at this.
Today's forecast, brown orange. It is LA, so you should be used to that.
Hey, that'll work.
You got any Christmas music?
This is Christmas music.
He says he's gonna try and patch things up with his wife Holly, who's at her office Christmas party. Argyle offers to wait for him.
You score, you give me a call on the car phone. You strike out, I'll get you a hotel.
You all right, Argyle?
I'm still giving you 1 star. You look like a guy who would listen to music while a hostage situation is going on. Yes, this looks like the perfect building for terrorists and/or gremlins.
Then you must be John McClane. Joe Takagi.
Well, it's 1988 and I'm Japanese. Top of the world, Ma!
Now let's...
I was just making a call.
Sorry, I was just doing some 80s in here. This is Harry Ellis, the kind of guy you love to hate to love.
I didn't realize they celebrated Christmas in Japan.
Hey, we're flexible. Pearl Harbor didn't work out, so we got you with tape decks.
Apologies, he's still recovering from Smilex. He meets up with his wife Holly as they bicker back and forth like Kevin Smith and, well, Bruce Willis.
You are a married woman, Holly. You're married to me.
We're gonna have this
Remember, you didn't
conversation
waste
again.
much
We
time
did this in
getting out of
July.
line. That's great, John.
Bruce Willis's acting always sounds like he just woke up, but he did so in the coolest way.
Great, John. Good job. Very mature.
Yeah, my yawns blow up bank robbers. Thanks, Bruce. No problem. But troubles are brewing as German evildoers throw explosive ding-dongs into a building, breaking it.
I have come to awesome your movie.
The late Alan Rickman plays Hans Gruber, who continues to be one of the great action villains, as so much of the movie is almost played like he's the main character. There's so much focus on him, so much care and brilliant writing. But on top of that, he's so charming, so clever, and so in control you easily buy that his plan took years to set up. If you told me he planted that guy on the plane to tell John to take his shoes off, I'd believe it.
Eyes on the job, eyes on the job, eyes on the job. V! Eyes on the job.
They start taking hostages as McClane sees them in time to avoid them.
Oh shit, the Scourge of Carpathia!
They gather them all together as they're looking for one person in particular.
Where is Mr. Takagi?
Interned Manzana, 1942. MBA, Harvard, 1970.
We know everything about him. Except what he looks like.
Yeah, how did we miss that?
You're not helping, Carl!
President Nakatomi Trading. Vice Chairman Nakatomi Investment Group.
Enough.
I know I'm amazing.
Mr. Takagi.
They ask for the code to break into his vault, but it seems that they can't get it out of him.
The code, please.
Another reason to love Alan Rickman in this, it always looks like he smells something terrible, but he's too polite to say anything.
We do it the hard way.
He shoots him, leaving the code breaker to crack the safe.
You can break the code.
You didn't bring me along for my charming personality.
You know, what if I did, Theo? You sell yourself short.
Argyle, tell me you heard the shots. You're calling the police right now.
Of course I'm still coming by later. Sweetheart, have I ever lied to you?
Yeah, I'm just sitting in a limo with a teddy bear. For some reason, this is the coolest thing to me. McClane does his nerd face as one of the henchmen figures out what floor he's on.
You might as well come out and join the others. I promise I won't hurt you.
Okay, starting now, I won't hurt you.
McClane attacks, killing him off, as he should probably hide the body so the others can't deduce what happened. Screw it, let's meme that corpse.
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
Message continued on us. Ho.
Tony forgets that people can't blink, and McClane is finally able to get a call out for help.
This channel is reserved for emergency calls only.
No fucking shit, lady! Do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza?
Though while you're at it, I haven't eaten. Is there Illuminati's in LA?
Well, I got Christmas Eve dinner.
I thought you guys just ate donuts.
They're for my wife. Yeah, she's pregnant. Yeah.
As an incredibly healthy specimen myself, you disgust me. This is Sergeant Powell, played by Reginald Val Johnson, who's called to check out the disturbance at the building. Moment of anger for 30-year-old gas prices. The fuck? Thank you. As the Germans find McClane and try gunning him down.
I know I could learn, but I savor my dessert the German way.
McClane makes another nerd face. Am I gonna need a counter for this too? As they chase him into the vents.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs.
To their credit, this is kind of the typical LA welcome.
Carl, the AC went out down here. Can you fix it when you get a chance?
We're saved! The cop from Ghostbusters, Turner and Hooch, and Family Matters is here.
You don't mind if I take a look around, do you?
Nah, help yourself.
So Powell does a thorough inspection of...
Oh, the hell is this?
How do you always get cast as cops? You suck at it! McClane is trapped by the Germans, but pretentious furniture saves the day.
Next time you have a chance to kill someone, don't hesitate.
Ah! My jingle bells!
Merry Christmas.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
McClane persuades him to come back, resulting in him calling for backup. McClane also gets one of the Germans' radios and finally talks to Hans.
Who are you then?
Pain in the ass.
Oh man, maybe I should put out the cigarette.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
There it is, the line TV channels could never figure out how to censor.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
You know, to their credit, I do think there was a Mr. Falcon in that movie. Yet it's still somehow amazingly lame. So as if having one Walter Peck wasn't enough in this movie, we get two. Actually played by Walter Peck, William Atherton. He's a reporter who wants to cover the story of the building taken hostage and will piss off all the anchors at the station until he gets it.
Hey, give us a break, Thornburg.
Eat it, Harvey.
Harvey, we're on the air.
You should have seen the reactions he got from reporters on Inside Edition.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
He's given the okay as back at the building, the police chief, played by Paul Gleason, is called in to say everything you're doing is wrong.
Jesus Christ, Powell! Could be a fucking bartender for all we know.
This is the only cliche that gets pretty old pretty fast, as even back then it was done over and over and over. but it does lead to a pretty funny running joke. That being, even though Powell was clearly not the most efficient officer,
How the hell is this?
he's still the best compared to not only the police chief, but also the FBI. So every time someone who's supposed to know more comes along to make things better, it's always someone who knows less and makes things worse. On top of that, the media that's supposed to spread helpful information also puts lives in danger later on. What they have in common is all of them let their lust for glory fuck things up so that the one that wants the least amount of glory does the smallest amount of damage.
And the only communication now possible has been through the use of CB communicators.
People think they're seeing terrorists, and they call these sitcom actors to come in, put on a show, and they'll cause an explosion! The cops try charging in, but the Germans have everything planned out. To Christmas rhymes, too.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring except four assholes coming in the rear and standard.
I have a poem for every update. Frosty the Snowman was a team of 5 at the south entrance. I came upon a midnight 3 men at the north entrance trying to break down the door. Chingity ching, hee haw, it's Dominic the Cybertruck heading right down Santa Claus Lane.
You're right, Theo. I did not hire you for your charming personality.
The Germans fight them off as Harry Ellis has a plan to schmooze them over. In the most Harry Ellis way possible.
Frequency talk, huh? Now, personally, I couldn't care less about your politics. Maybe you're pissed off at the camel jockeys, maybe it's the Heaves, Northern Ireland. It's none of my business.
I love a character I can't wait to see die, but I also don't want to die. And they draw this death out big time, as he tries talking John into turning himself in, putting his own life down as collateral. It's such a dumb plan, only a smirking beard with a douche attached could pull it off.
I told him we were old friends and you were my guest at the party.
Ellis, you shouldn't be doing this.
Tell me about it.
No. When I said coke, I meant, oh, never mind. His plan backfires, or just fires, as they continue to let the cops think they're terrorists by demanding the release of a bunch of prisoners.
In Sri Lanka, the 9 members of the Asian Dawn. I read about them in Time magazine.
Though they really missed the mark not giving Gritty Person of the Year.
They head up to try and find McClane, and there he is.
Please, God, no, you're one of them, aren't you? You're one of them.
He fakes an American accent, which having a Brit play a German play an American is like Mel Blanc playing Bugs Bunny playing Daffy Duck. Everyone wins.
You don't work for Nakatomi.
Got invited to the Christmas party by mistake.
I spent a weekend at a combat ranch. You know that game with the guns that shoot red paint?
Why am I getting a Cumberbatch Grinch feeling from you? This whole scene is like Social Chicken, acting friendly while trying to figure the other one out.
I'm John McClane. You're,
Campbell S14.
Bill McClane.
That works too. McClane hands him a gun, causing Gruber to reveal himself, but he didn't load it.
No bullets. You think I'm fucking stupid, Hans?
You were saying?
There's nothing funnier than cops and robbers acting like children playing cops and robbers. The others get the drop on McClane as they have him cornered.
Carl, schieß dem Fenster. Shoot the glass.
Wirt, what made you think I spoke German? They toss a bomb, forcing him to run on the glass, as Powell tries to help him out by talking about something more pleasant.
I shot a kid.
Have a holly jolly Christmas.
Oh, it was dark. I couldn't see him. You know, when you're a rookie, they can teach you everything about being a cop except how to live with a mistake.
Like I even need to say who this is.
Thanks, Carl, for lending me these boxers. I could hold a 3-ring circus in here.
Did he do that? The FBI think they're outsmarting them by knocking out the grid, but it just opens up the vault, making them the ultimate Bond villains.
Merry Christmas.
Stop trying to pretend you're a Christmas movie. I mean, how few references have you had? Why can't you be like Gremlins? They had snow! And technically a Santa Claus. You lose! By the way, Ode to Joy is officially a Christmas carol now. I have spoken.
We've shut them down. We let them sweat for a while, then we give them helicopters. Right up the ass.
Am I the only one, by the way, who thinks the 2 cops from Gravity Falls were inspired by these 2?
The State Department has arranged for the return of your comrades. When they're ready.
Johnny figures out what hit him up in a body bag.
You have to let go of the button, idiot.
I'm starting to get a bad feeling up here.
Realizing this might be his last moments, McClane asks Powell to say some important words to his wife.
I want you to tell her that, John said that he was sorry. Okay? You got that, man?
Sorry, I went out to get a Twinkie. You say something? To make things worse, the reporter makes it to McClane's house and forces the housekeeper to do an interview with the kids.
You let me in right now, or I call the INS. Comprende?
Ooh, the Geraldo way of doing things. This, of course, draws attention to who McClane's wife is, as McClane himself is not doing so hot. Into the 80s barrels with you. Thank God this isn't an 80s game, or they would have exploded. He'll clearly be back. McClane gets the people off the roof, which is ready to blow, as he uses a fire hose to swing out just in time, resulting in one of my favorite wheels turning in head moments.
No.
He cuts free in time while Argyle stops whatever he was doing and stops one of the henchmen from escaping. There can only be one black geek around here, and Winslow shot the other one. McClane makes it to his wife while making one more nerd face and tries his best to save her.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
I must tell my brother about this. He's a brave pretending to be a German too. McClane gets the drop on him, literally, resulting in one of the best falling reactions ever. Why is it so good? Because they lied to him when he was going to fall. They said they would count to 3 and then drop him, but to get his reaction the most genuine, they counted to 1 and then dropped him. So the reaction you see is 100% real. In fact, if you listen closely, you can faintly hear him saying, "Fuck you, McTiernan." I love you.
I love you.
Let's get divorced in movie 4.
Okay.
The day is saved, the remaining hostages are released, and McClane and Powell finally see each other. Whoa, you're a black guy? Whoa, you're a white guy? But there's one German left as he's gunned down before he could fire. I've seen this movie a million times. How am I always surprised that he's the one holding the gun?
This was with me.
Sorry, it's like Pringles. It's hard to stop at just one. How do you think I shot that kid in the first place?
Now that it's all over, what are your feelings?
Don't worry, one of these days you'll play something other than a stuck-up villain. No, you won't. Hospital, please.
Merry Christmas, Argyle. Merry Christmas. This is their idea of Christmas. I gotta be here for New Year's.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show.
There it is! It even ends on a Christmas song. One of the most awesome Christmas movies ever made. Hell, how many Christmas references were made just in this review alone? It's more than in the Black Christmas remake. Whether you see it as a Christmas movie or not, this holds up big time. Not only is the action fantastic, the characters likable, and even the cliches done to death utilized cleverly in the long run, but it can be watched anytime. See, that's the thing about this Christmas movie. Even though it makes a lot of Christmas references, it doesn't have to be watched around Christmas time. Because it's so good, it can be watched whenever. If you watch Charlie Brown Christmas in summer, it feels weird. If you watch Miracle on 34th Street in spring, it just doesn't feel right. This, however, can be watched anytime you want, and it feels right. I know it doesn't have a lot of the usual qualifications for a Christmas movie, but that's part of what makes it so unique. It has fun with the holiday without feeling restricted by it. No other Christmas film has action this good or characters this badass, and chances are there never will be in the future. I'm just certain that this holiday season, this is definitely an unconventional Christmas movie to put on. And all I gotta say is, what's wrong with that? I'm a nostalgia critic and celebrate the holidays the best way you see fit.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
Except saying that's so wrong. That's so wrong.
Ho, ho.